They asked me to come and say a few words today about diversity. Now, diversity is how we're all different. We all have different skin color. We all have different hair color. For some of us, our skin color became our hair color. We all like different things, and sometimes we like to do things that maybe aren't the expected thing, let's say, for a boy or girl to do. For instance, for me, when I was in school, I really liked the sport of volleyball. Now, when I went to school, volleyball, there was no boys' volleyball team. Only the girls played. But I liked to play it, and sometimes people weren't that encouraging, and it would have been nicer if they would have been more empathetic and more encouraging. But I started to play volleyball. I went to school at Emory University in Atlanta. I founded the club team there, and that's why I started jumping rope. I was training for volleyball. I've actually played against some of the guys who played the Olympics and started jumping rope. But rope jumping, too, is something that people think maybe that's kind of a girl thing instead of a boy thing. So do some of you do some activities maybe that isn't typical? So for instance, like when I wanted to get better at rope jumping, I started hanging out with the rhythmic gymnasts. Now, rhythmic gymnastics is an event in the Olympics for women only, with the ribbon and the ball and the clubs and hoop and rope. And I liked a lot of, you'll see me do my routine in a bit, I liked a lot of the tricks that they were doing. So I would train with the rhythmic gymnasts all the time. And I took dance classes. So are there any boys that like dance? I do. Good. And how about, does somebody else do another activity that maybe isn't typically what a boy or girl would do? What do you do? Basketball. Most people would usually think that maybe that's something for boys, but it's for everybody. What else? Martial arts, great one. Soccer. Good. Softball, right? I love softball, but usually the girls were playing softball, the boys were playing baseball. Now, 2 weeks ago,